Hi guys, I'm Monique Anai. I'm on a weight loss journey to lose 100 pounds and I am currently down 29 pounds, so things are going good. I'm definitely seeing progress in my weight loss journey, but sometimes I do struggle with my mental health, and today I wanted to share 3 things that nobody tells you about weight loss and mental health. Number 1 is that your brain does resist change, and so when you're on a weight loss journey, you're trying to do things differently. Sometimes it can feel like you're working against yourself because as a human being, we're very habitual. We're really stuck in our habits, our routines. And when you're first starting out, even when you've already been doing it a little while, it can be hard for your brain to get on board and to get adjusted to the new habits and the changes that you're trying to implement. And I feel like it's so important to have grace with yourself as you're starting to implement these new routines, these new habits. I know for me personally, sometimes I get stuck in the all or nothing thinking, and that can really hinder your weight loss and your progress because you're not focusing on consistent action and on showing up and on taking those little baby steps that are eventually going to compound like a snowball, become bigger and bigger, even though it starts off super small like a tiny snowflake. So it's really important to have grace with yourself so that you can be mentally as healthy as you can be, being positive, counting your wins. When you're trying really hard to change your lifestyle and sometimes you fall short, sometimes we can put that onto our identity and think that we ourselves are lazy, unmotivated, we can't do this. We start to take on these negative attitudes and beliefs about ourselves, which can then affect our self-esteem. And it's super important to recognize that you're a human being, you're gonna make mistakes, it's gonna take time, and just do the effort that you can and build upon that. Keeping your word to yourself is super important and super crucial for self-esteem. And so it's important that if you say you're going to do something, do it. After so many times of you saying that you're going to do something and you don't do it, then you start to believe that that's who you are. You start to believe that your word means nothing, and then you'll say, oh, I always say I'm going to diet, I always say I'm going to exercise, and then I don't. And you're going to start to live that reality in your life. When it comes to weight loss, it takes your body time to adjust as well as your brain. The second thing is that motivation is unreliable. You're not always going to have motivation on a weight loss journey. If you're like me and you have 150 pounds to lose, it's going to take time. It's not something that's going to happen super quickly. And because something can take months at a time, you're not always going to feel super motivated, especially if you're a woman. You have your cycle, and so some weeks you have more energy than others. Sometimes life just be lifing. And so it's really important to have systems in place so that way when you're not feeling super motivated, you at least have that routine and that system built into your life in a way that's effortless. It's also a really good idea to have different tools in your toolbox. And what I mean by this is to have options for yourself. For me personally, I know that there are days where I run out of time, or I just feel really burnt out, or I'm really tired, and those are the days where I'll do something low pack like a stretch or a walk. And that's really good for me because I feel like I'm still doing something to honor my body, still doing something to move and get the blood flowing, but it's not taking as much energy or as much commitment as a 30-minute workout or a YouTube workout or strength training. And so I have something to pull from on those days that I know that I'm feeling a little low, but I still want to move the needle and still get something done. The last thing that nobody tells you about weight loss and mental health is that it messes with your identity. A lot of the times when you're on a weight loss journey, you are changing your habits, and when you're changing your habits, you are in essence changing your identity. Because for example, for me, the old me, she loves sauce, she loves chips, she loves junk food, she loves munching out. And now that I'm trying to be healthier and work on my weight loss, I'm putting on a new identity of somebody that doesn't eat late, somebody that watches the sauce or just avoids it altogether. And it's definitely a mindset shift, it's an identity shift, and that identity shift can also be a shock to your friends and family because they know you, and now you're becoming a different person in some ways, in your likes and your wants, in the way that you show up for your life. And so sometimes it can be an adjustment, and again, like I've said earlier in the video, have grace with yourself because you are becoming a better version of yourself, and so it's gonna take some time to completely adjust. One powerful tool that I use in my life is affirmations. Even when it feels silly, even if I don't really believe it, I tell it to myself, I take deep breaths. I really wanted to talk about this today because it's something that I'm personally going through right now, and if you're also going through it, I just want to encourage you and remind you that you are not alone. Things like anxiety, depression, overthinking, that is part of the human experience. For some of us, we're just built this way, we're wired this way, or traumatic events happened in our life, in our childhood, that caused us to be this way. If you're struggling with your mental health while on your weight loss journey, I highly recommend to rely on your systems, rely on your tools, use affirmations, use journaling, and just know that you are not alone. We are in this together. We're going to reach our goals. We're going to become the best version of ourselves, and we're not going to let mental health issues like anxiety or depression get in our way. We have a goal. We have a mission. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.